Across Australia, when euthanasia debates are underway, it's usually a member of Parliament and community groups who are pushing for assisted suicide or euthanasia laws, and those opposing them are usually groups that are coordinated by, or at least feature strongly, the work of the Australian Christian Lobby. We spoke with Deputy Director Dan Flynn of the Australian Christian Lobby about their response to a proposal in the Victorian Parliament on Tuesday towards euthanasia via telecommunications, brought by the Derrynhinches Justice Party MP, Stuart Grimsby. Dan Flynn from the Australian Christian Lobby, Deputy Director. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Ricky. Good to talk.
Now, the Victorian Parliament has resumed today, and there is a bill that's been proposed by a Western Victorian MP about expanding euthanasia in Victoria. What do we know about that?
Well, it appears that a Member of Parliament, Stuart Grimsby, is going to bring forward some proposal to, make euthanasia accessible via telehealth, which, that's a video conference, it's a Zoom meeting. It simply doesn't make sense when you are talking about, life and death and, a euthanasia bill in Victoria which had, I think, 76 safeguards. It appears the safeguards are seriously under threat.
And there's a federal law that bans using telecommunications services, if I got this correct, to advise people to take their own lives. And that's something that this bill's trying to work around?
Well, the bill is completely contrary to those federal laws that say that, the telephone system, in a sense, cannot be used in any way to encourage suicide, and that's what this is. It's assisted suicide. And so it flies in the face of that. It's probably illegal in the federal sense, but that potentially wouldn't stop the Victorian Parliament from making this law.
So I guess then if it is contrary to federal laws, there might potentially be a federal challenge of some sort to those laws.
Yes, but that won't help people who, may have, access to assisted suicide through telehealth or being put in touch with someone who would euthanize them. So the risks are all around, and the slippery slope when it comes to euthanasia is real, and I think other states should take notice of this. This story should be told far and wide, that the push for telehealth euthanasia is ridiculous. You wouldn't have a serious medical condition diagnosed or treated by telehealth. Fair enough during COVID when people had to limit themselves with such access, but it's not at all suitable for these very serious end-of-life discussions.
And for people in regional Victoria, is this the kind of proposal they need to be hearing about right now?
I don't think so. I think palliative care ought to be shared more broadly across the regions, and that's where the funding ought to be. It's completely wrong for this path to be taken.
Well, Dan Flynn, Deputy Director at Australian Christian Lobby, thanks for speaking with us today.
That's my pleasure, Ricky. Thank you.
And importantly, if you are feeling suicidal or you're having a difficult time or you are worried about someone, please contact Lifeline on 131114, that number 131114.